सबसे खूबसूरत रिश्ता है। मतलब ये वो रिश्ता होता है जो बिना स्वार्थ के निभाया जाता है। रेडियो जिंदगी पर आप सभी का स्वागत करते हैं सपना अपने शो से।
Is it going on Facebook now?
एक नए दिन और एक नए शो में वही पुरानी सी लड़की आ चुकी है आपका अपने प्रोग्राम में। और ये बात बिल्कुल सच है कि
Where's my Zoom?
जहाँ पर हम बिना स्वार्थ के सब चीजें कर रहे होते हैं। हर इंसान की लाइफ में कुछ बहुत खास दोस्त होते हैं जिनसे वो अपने दिल की हर बात शेयर करना चाहते हैं। तो आपकी लाइफ में वो कौन सा इंसान है जिससे आप सारी बातें शेयर करते हैं?
दिख रही है मुझे।
बताइएगा जरूर, क्योंकि आज मैं बात करने वाली हूँ फ्रेंडशिप के बारे में।
Can you help me please? मुझे Zoom विंडो नहीं नजर आ रही है।
आज फ्रेंड्स पे बात कर।
It should be my window here. This is the Facebook window. ये वाली है। But how do I go? नहीं है। It should be here. आप करो। ओके, नहीं तो जूम वीडियो मैं भी शुरू कर रही हूँ। अब पुल कर दो बस, मुझे नहीं वो जो जूम चल रहा है ना, मीटिंग नहीं आ रही है ना। वेयर इज इट? दिस इज नॉट जूम, दिस इज फेसबुक। मैं स्टार्ट करती हूँ। Good afternoon and welcome to Radio Zindagi 96.7 FM 540 AM. Good afternoon and welcome to 96.7 FM 540 AM and 1310 AM Radio Zindagi. 3 o'clock to 4 o'clock on a Tuesday is the time when we have the renowned Dr. Saket Bhatia on air with us. Dr. Saket Bhatia has a PhD in astrology and is also a certified numerologist. Saket ji बहुत ही senior board member है at the International Association of Vedic Astrology and Numerology, IVAN, and he has over 25 years experience and with over 12,000 clients, including actors, CEO, politicians, and business owners. Good afternoon, Saket. Welcome to Radio Zindagi.
Hi, Huma. How are you?
I am good, Saket ji. Thank you so much. And एक रिक्वेस्ट है आपसे, थोड़ा सा ऊंचा अगर आप बोल सकते हो.
Okay, is this better now?
Yes, it's a bit better. And you know, मैं लोगों को थोड़ा सा अपडेट कर दूं. The show format is that with the kind of experience and knowledge Saket has, he chooses a different topic every week. हर week वो एक नया topic के साथ आते हैं जिसके बारे में वो discuss करते हैं and लोगों को बताते हैं इस बारे में. And अगर आप पहली बार ट्यून इन कर रहे हो इस शो में, ये हम बता दें कि पिछले from the past 2 weeks, Saket has been talking about all these houses in astrology, the domains of those planetary action and things related to those houses. So, Saket, what are we doing today? Are we going over the 7 houses that we covered in the last 2 weeks?
We can do that. We should go over the 7 houses because there are 12 houses in astrology. And again, we've been going over this for the last 4 weeks, right? So it would help just to revisit what the houses do. Correct? Now, the topic of the show is the domains of life, right? Because every aspect of human life can be covered by one or more houses in astrology, correct? There are millions of things you can do in life, literally millions, you know, relationship, children, money, stock market, speculation, gains, education, relations with cousins, relations with parents, relations with in-laws, grandparents, your health, etc., etc. All that is divided into different houses. So what we try to do in this show is talk about different houses and what they stand for. देखिए, हमारा गोल ये नहीं है कि आप एस्ट्रोलॉजर बने. हमारा गोल ये है कि आप सीखें कि एस्ट्रोलॉजी क्या होती है, how powerful it is and why it is a valid science, and how you can go ahead and make sure that it can help you in life and benefit you. Okay. So
यहाँ
let's
पे
start
मैं लोगों को
visiting.
अपडेट करना चाहती हूँ कि जैसे साकेत मेंशन दैट इट इज अ वैलिड साइंस एंड काफी साल लगते हैं इस मुकाम पे पहुंचने जिस मुकाम पर साकेत है अभी लाइक विद ओवर 25 years ऑफ एक्सपीरियंस इतने सारे क्लाइंट्स को हेल्प करने के बाद सो आई लव द फैक्ट द वे साकेत एक्सप्लेन्स इट टू यू इट हैज a lot of logic. It all makes sense.
Thank you so much. So let's start with the first house, right? I'm going to go through this relatively fast. The first house is your body. It is you, how you project yourself to the outside world. Correct? Your ego, your face, your appearance, everything is first house. Agar aapka first house strong hai, you're going to do very well in life. Almost all successful people in their fields have a very strong first house. The first house is also related with body, face, head, personality, character, general health, status, fame. All that is first house.
And
First
what is
house
it called?
I'm sorry?
What is it called, the first house?
The first house is called Lagna Bhava, which means ascendant.
Okay, so the first house is very important.
It is the most important house. Generally, I would say every house is equally important, but first house is you. Everything about you. All the other 11 houses will increase or decrease the first house. Okay, so if the first house says you can make a lot of money, well, you will. But how much you'll make, we'll be able to see that from second house. If the first house says you're going to have children, the fifth house will say how many children. Get it? First house dictates your life. So now let's talk about second house. Second house is all about wealth, values, jewelry, uh, early schooling in life. Correct? It relates to how you will make money, what is important to you, what is important in your brain, what do you look for in other people, finances, how you speak. Generally, people who write poems and poetries is second house. How truthful you are, second house. Family, education, your face, your neck, your throat, the type of food you like to eat, the vision of your right eye, how much charity you do, it's all seen from the second house. The second
so
house
we do
is
see a lot of people from the creative fields in the second house, stronger in the second house.
creative field in writing, creative field in poetry, that kind, not acting. Acting would be third house.
Okay.
Okay, so second house is related with that, but second house also has a problem. The lord of the second house, the planet which owns the second house, he is considered to be Markesh, which means he is the one, jab unki dasha aati hai, they cause bad health for you. They are also planets that can cause death for you. People work for money, that's why.
The
The
second
third
house can be a little bit risky as well. That's what you mean to say.
Yeah, it's the lord of that house can be risky. See, when I'm
Acha.
talking about a house, I'm literally talking three things. First, house itself. Second, the lord of that house. And third, the planet sitting in that house. For example, second house is all about speech, right? It's about how you make money. Now, in that house, if we have a planet like Sun, which is independence, we know you're going to make money independently, leading your own business. Correct? Does that make sense?
Right.
If
It
we
makes
have a
sense.
planet like Mercury, then it's going to be based on speech, what you talk. So it becomes very straightforward and easy. Now, if Mercury is good, you'll be an honest man. You will make money through speech and through business, right? The right way. But if Mercury is bad or it has bad aspects, then these are people who start cheating and defrauding other people. So looking at someone's chart is a very good analysis of how truthful they are, how much money they'll make, how they'll make, right? Third house. The third house is literally related with, I would say four things. First, younger siblings. Second, your hobbies in life. Third, the amount of courage you have. Okay. These are the three important things. And the fourth thing, the third house is early schooling. After your second house, the next level of schooling you go to, which is all the way till 10th grade, is going to be third house. Third house is considered to be an increasing house. Any planet that is placed here will increase over time. It's also the house of social media, the house of friendship, the house of interaction with other people. Now, the Lord of the third house will control how much money you spend on it. If this planet is placed in a wrong house, you will spend more on your hobbies than you should. I think I said that in a show. For
Yes, you
example,
did. Yes.
yeah, let's say your hobby is cars. You like cars. You could end up buying many cars. You could end up modifying your cars, painting your cars, doing kinds of things that you don't really need to do because third house is hobby. If that Lord is
Right.
sitting in the wrong place, you'll spend a lot. Now, for many actors, celebrities, people who come on radio, third house is important because it is a hobby house. If this hobby house sits in the 10th house, it becomes a career for you. Correct?
Ah,
The
I think
third
that's
house,
the case with me.
it's highly possible. Your third Lord and your 10th Lord have a connection with each other. They could be
Right.
sitting together
So
or
is that a
looking
good
at
thing
each
or a
other.
bad thing?
It's a good thing because your hobby is your career. You don't have any issues with that. You're not being forced to do something you don't like, nah? You
Right.
enjoy your life.
Yes, I do. I do.
Now we'll talk about fourth house. Fourth house is very important. This is the house of mother, your home, and emotional happiness. Essentially, these three things. It is also the house of advanced schooling. When you go to college, we see that in your fourth house. See, if your fourth house is damaged, it doesn't mean you're going to have bad relations with your mother, you're not going to enjoy yourself, and you're not going to be, emotionally stable. One of those factors will be hurt. Now it is up to the astrologer to figure out which factor will be hurt. Okay.
Oh, okay. So वो कैसे होता है? I'm very curious to know how do astrologers figure that out?
So, for example, moon would represent your mind. If moon is sitting in the fourth house, he becomes a karak. A karak sitting in its own house would give stress to your mother. On the other hand, if moon is sitting in a different house, then we know that mother will not be impacted in the fourth house. But if there is a planet like Sun, Saturn, Rahu, Ketu, or Lord of the 12th aspecting the fourth house, then we can say that schooling might stall, or your house that you want to buy, the property might be stalled. Many people come to me and say, I don't have a house. I look at the fourth house first. Then I look at Saturn. If Saturn is placed in the ninth, it immediately tells me you will get your house late in life. Relations with mother will be great. Schooling will be phenomenal. But property will come late in life. Now remember, I'm saying the word late. I'm not saying deny.
Denied,
बहुत फर्क
right?
होता है. In life, हर एक चीज मिलती है, time लगता है. Learn to have
Exactly.
patience. So the fourth house is mother, happiness, contentment, fixed assets, property, real estate, comforts, luxuries, vehicles, planes, cars, boats. Now, fourth house
That's the
is
fifth
also,
house, you said?
that's the
The
fourth
luxury?
house.
Fourth.
Fourth
Acha.
house. It also says how you will die, essentially, how we will end our life. That is given
Oh.
by the fourth house. Okay. Fourth house is a very good house, but the planets situated in the fourth house are very weak because when you're born, the fourth house is the one which is at the bottom. It is hidden, very, very weak. Now let's talk fifth house. Fifth
Okay.
house is called Putra Bhava, which means the house of children. It is also the house of creativity, intelligence. It is the planet which relates to your soul. So people who have good speculation, gambling, investments, stockbrokers, they have very strong fifth houses. People who have lots of love affairs, romance, fifth houses. Good morals, good deeds, fifth house. Anything you like to do in life which you can share with others is fifth house. Fifth house is also the house of past life. If you have done something good in your past life, it is always reflected in the fifth house. If you've done something bad in your past life, it is reflected in the fifth house. Okay.
That's interesting.
How much advice? There are people like, if you look at, many gurus these days who are giving lots of speeches to people, look at their fifth house. They're very strong. The good people have excellent fifth houses. We know that they're born to give advice, valuable advice, and they're very intelligent. Now, Sixth house. See, every house is important. Every house. Sixth house. The sixth house relates to health, disease, and the kind of work you do. So your enemies, everybody has enemies, whether it's at home, whether it's
Definitely.
family, whether it's at work. These are always seen from the sixth house. The kind of job you do, the people you interact with, the kind of food you eat, right? Your appetite is all sixth house. If your first lord is sitting in the sixth, we know you could go in the food service business. We know that you could go in a business which is related to serving people. It's also the house.
Is that like people like doctors, politicians? Is that the sixth house or no?
Generally, we see people who have very strong sixth houses are doctors, sure. They are politicians, sure. They can also be people who are leading big companies because they have many people working for them, right? Sixth house is important. Sixth house is also the house of debts, litigation. Remember, I said third house is your younger siblings, right? Fourth house is your mother. The third house from your fourth house is your sixth house. So this is the house of your cousins.
Okay.
It is also the house of your mother's younger brothers. So we can see all that from here.
Oh, wow.
The sixth house is a suffering house. Any planet which is placed here will be stronger over time. So unfortunately, if you have many enemies, they will increase over time. If your health is not good, it will worsen over time. So we have to, as an astrologer, when you come to us, things we see are the first house and sixth house first. First house dekhna hai because wo dikhata hai how strong your chart is. Sixth house is important because it tells us how your health is going to be. Agar health achhi nahi hai, it's not good. Right?
Yeah, I mean, that's the most important thing. Health hogi to phir baki sari cheezein fall in place.
That's what you're saying. That's what I want to hear, but many people don't do that. For many people, it's all about money these days. Unfortunately, they don't understand if health is proper, you will be able to make more money.
We have a phone call. Let's try and take them on air. If
Sure.
you can bear with me, please.
Let's
Hi,
try.
you're on air. Can you hear them, Saket?
No, I can't.
Hello, you're on air. Nahi, call drop ho gayi.
Okay.
At this point, shall we give out the number?
Yes, sure.
732-662-4701 is the number जहां पर आप बात कर सकते हो साकेत भाटिया से. Dr. Saket Bhatia is on air with us. Hello, you're on air.
Yeah, hi, how are you? Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me? So, I mean, nobody else can hear you besides me. So can you please let me know how I can help you? Okay. Okay. Can you give me your son's or somebody's name, date, place, time of birth? Okay. Oh, okay. June 17th, 1979. Okay. Chandigarh, India. In the evening? I'm going to repeat that just so we can be on the same page. June 17, 1979 in Chandigarh, right? At 7:05 p.m. Yeah. And your primary question is related to business. Why things are not working out good, right? Okay. So Huma, can you hear me? I don't know if Huma is still on the call.
I can hear you. I can totally hear you. Is it okay to disconnect them, or you want to
No,
give
I'm
them
not
the
done.
resolution?
I'm still talking to them.
Okay.
She called and this individual is still with me on the line. She has a question they do have some liquor stores and they're wondering why business is not doing as well as it should.
Okay.
So I'm looking at the chart and there, are you on the line? Are you still on the air?
You are on
No,
the on
I'm
air
asking
and
her.
you're
Yeah,
okay.
I'm asking her. So if I look at your chart, this is this happens to be a Scorpio ascendant. It's ruled by Mars, right? Mars is, I would say, decently placed in this chart. The problem at this time is you're running Venus Mars Dasha. Okay. Venus Mars Dasha started June of 2023, right? And Venus is going to represent a little bit of losses because it's the ruler of the 12th house. It is sitting in the 7th. You will see significant improvement in your business in Venus Rahu Dasha, but you'll have to wait another 7 months for that. Sometime in 14th of September 2024, a better time starts for you. And I would simply say you will see much more improvements. But if you want significant improvement, you have to wait till 2027. Venus Dasha, which is the second Dasha जो अब start हुई है, it is going to cause little bit of slowdown and losses. Bear with it for another 6 months, 7 months. You will see improvements. And उसके बाद उसके लिए आप फोन कीजिए because it's very difficult to discuss on radio, ना? We have less time. Okay? Call, we can help you there.
All right. And
Huma, you can give her the number to call the office.
Yeah, I will definitely hand out a number to
Thank you.
call in a few. So अगर अभी फिलहाल आप स्टूडियो में फोन करना चाह रहे हैं, so 732-662-4701. आपकी आवाज फिलहाल ऑन एयर नहीं जाएगी, but Saket can hear you, and whatever your question is, he can address that. और अगर ज्यादा आपको एक कंसल्टेशन शेड्यूल करना है उनके साथ, so the number is 408-639-5300. Hi, you're on air.
Yeah, hi, I can hear you. Good afternoon. Yeah, do me one favor. Speak a little louder and a little slowly. Speak a little louder. Okay. I'm sorry, repeat that again. June 9th, 1957. Okay. Okay, and place of birth? Huh? Okay. What do you mean financial way? Are you talking speculation, stock market? Are you talking gains? Are you talking income? You have your own business? So I have Suma, I'm still talking to him. He has a business he's running. Now you have a business because, like I said, Mercury is the planet of business communication. He sits in the second house. He's sitting with Sun. So this person has his own business. देखिए, your business that you're running, Mr. Singh, आपकी अभी दशा चल रही है केतु मार्स की. Okay. Ketu Mars is not going to be the best dasha for you, but खराब नहीं है. Is not the best. The problem is जो अब दशा आएगी इसके बाद. Your next dasha is Rahu Ketu dasha. Okay. वो start होगी April 2024 and he's going to end April 2025. So my suggestion is that 1 year is not going to be good for you. Be very careful. Be very careful. It's a dangerous dasha in your chart because Rahu Ketu are not good planets in your Kundali. अगर आपके losses हुए हैं, just stop. Starting April for the next 1 year, things are not going to be the best. Take good care. इसके बाद जो दशा आती है Jupiter की will be wonderful. Ketu Jupiter, followed by Ketu Saturn, which is again going to cause some stress. आप ऐसा कीजिए, I don't, just call if you need help. We can help you because अभी जो losses हुए, they will be minimum compared to what will happen in the future. Unfortunately, राहु केतु दशा अच्छी नहीं होती in general. Personal experience. Yeah, please do. Okay, Uma,
Okay. So 408-639-5300 ये नंबर है. अगर आपको एक consultations schedule करना है साकित के साथ, 408-639-5300. info@saketbhatia.com is where you can email them. And जैसे हम हमेशा बताते हैं, over 12,000 clients हैं, and with over 25 years of experience, Saket is here to help you. जो भी आपका सवाल है, चाहे हेल्थ से रिलेटेड है, चाहे करियर से, चाहे मैरिज से, चाहे चिल्ड्रन से, feel free to call. I have another phone call. Let me take them on air. Hi, you're on air.
Yeah, hi, this is Saket. How are you? I'm doing very well. Thank you for asking. How can I help you? April 25th. One second. April 25th, 1980. Okay, so you're born on a Friday. What is your time? (10:45). Okay, and your place of birth? Himachal Pradesh. Nice place though. Yes. Okay, so your question is related to? So here we have someone who's talking about relationships. We're not giving the name. Are you talking married relationship, relationship with friends, relationship with kids? Which relations are you wanting to? If you're worried about friends, the friends and kids. What about married relationship? Okay, I will tell you simply that your married lord, which happens to be Mercury, is sitting in the 4th house. He is debilitated. In the Navam's chart, it is sitting in the 11th house, which means it's not the best placement for marriage, but it's more like it's working out, you know. It's not getting any better, unfortunately. Uh, relationship with your kids. You have sun, which is exalted in the 5th house. देखिए, जब sun exalt हो जाता है, it makes the chart very good. If you are having any issues with your kids right now, they will all settle down in the future because sun is a very, very strong planet in your chart. Or your kundli is the luckiest planet. Your life will revolve around your kids. Just looking at this chart, that's where your focus is going to be. No worry about relationship with kids. Don't worry about that at all. Okay? No worries. The problem is your friends. You have Ketu sitting there, and you have direct aspect of planet like Mars, which is not good in this chart. You have aspect of Saturn, which is not good. While Saturn will try to make sure your friend circle is good, you won't get any benefits from your friends in the long run. Temporary, small circle of friends, nothing big. You don't have Rahu or something. It's okay. They're just, you know, and you have retrograde Saturn in the 9th. So you will have limited friends, some of which will be good, some of which will be average, but you're not going to gain much from them. Okay?
Is it okay to disconnect her? I have another person waiting.
Yeah.
Okay, just 1 second.
Thank you.
Anji, you're on air.
Yeah, hi. Hi, how can I help you? This is Saket. What's your name? Could you speak up a little because it's very hard to hear you? Okay. Okay. You're saying your job is not getting better? Okay. So what is your date of birth? We won't be able to do for pets, unfortunately. We can do it for you. Astrology doesn't work on pets. Numerology does. Okay. We can't. Okay, Huma, thanks.
All right, thank you so much.
No,
So, यहाँ पर मैं ऐड करना चाहती हूँ that Dr. Saket Bhatia has a PhD in astrology and he's also a certified numerologist. So, also a senior board member at the International Association of Vedic Astrology and Numerology, which is called the IVAN Association. And 25 years से भी ज़्यादा experience with over 12,000 clients. You can always reach out to him at 408-639-5300 for a private consultation. Hi, you're on air.
hello? Yeah, I can hear you. Okay. What is your date of birth? August 23rd, 1960. And your place of birth? Which is your city of birth? One second. And time of birth? Okay. And what is your key question? See, for finance, so Huma, we have, just for the listeners, we have somebody who has questions on their financial health and their physical health.
Okay.
So for financial health, we're going to have to study Saturn, because Saturn is the planet that owns financial health. And for physical health, we have to study Mercury, because he's the planet that owns, health and disease in this chart. So at this point, this individual is running Jupiter Dasha, Jupiter Moon Dasha. Moon in this Kundli happens to be placed in the wrong house, 8th house. What is the financial issue you're having? Because you have Ketu, Jupiter, which is running its final lap of its Dasha. So what financial issue do you face? Because honestly, with Ketu sitting in that house and Sun, Lord of the 8th aspecting, your finances are not going to be the best today. If you want your finances to improve, dramatically, you will see some change starting in 2028. Usse pehle it is going to be hard, because Jupiter is the planet of loss in this chart. Okay. He's going to make you lose some stuff. If you want to wait, 2026 tak you'll have some financial turbulence. After that, improvement, but 2028 is a very good time. It is your main ascendant dasha. As far as Mercury goes, your health lord is debilitated in the Navam's chart. Take care of your health. The aspects of Mercury is weak. Jabi Jupiter dasha aayegi, which is now, all the way till 2028, it will cause health problems. Okay. Unfortunately, I don't have anything else to tell you. I'm sorry, but this is it. Yeah, Huma.
Okay, so Saket, my question for you, and obviously जो सुन रहे हैं हमें उनको भी ये question होगा, जैसे अभी आपने इनकी कोई situation बताई, the house situation और जो राहु केतु जो भी आप कह रहे थे. So when these people call you for a private consultation, थोड़ा सा brief दे सकते हो कि how do you handle, and what do you give them remedies? What is it that happens when they call you?
A very interesting question. When they call, it's a one-on-one, right? If it's an hour long, we can do a lot more. When many people ask me, how will my health be on radio? But
Right.
when the private consultation, we will tell you what the health issue is, when it will take place, how severe it will be, and how we can fix it. Correct?
Okay, so there's a problem and there's also a remedy that's going to
There's
be
a
handed
problem.
out.
There's a problem, a treatment, and a solution, and a timeline. For example,
Okay.
if you're suffering in finances today, sometimes it may make sense to just stop. Don't spend any more money in it. Don't invest anything more. Pause. Sometimes if we think maybe your business is not doing well, but if you can take loan and grow your business, that might be a better thing. So we can tell you those things. And when we are reading on radio, we are reading two charts, the D1 chart and the D9 chart. When you do a private consultation, we read as many as 20 charts. These are called
Wow.
divisional charts. They give us more insights into what we need to do. Remember, the divisional charts cannot contradict the main chart, but they will emphasize what they do. Okay. As far as remedies go, there are remedies for people. Sometimes remedies can just mean changing your own lifestyle. Sometimes it means accepting what is happening in life. Sometimes it means adapting to something, right?
Right.
And sometimes there are other things that you can do. There are mantras, there are gemstones, there are so many remedies. But remember, many astrologers will always look at a chart and say, which is your ninth lord? Let's give him a gemstone for that. That's not how it works. Sometimes your ninth lord is very strong. Why do you need to make it stronger? You should always make a weak planet strong and reduce the strength of a bad planet. Correct?
Right.
And like I
So
say,
these 20 charts that you see, वो उस शख्स की नहीं होती, that not that individual. You can see a lot more for the people that are related to him as well, right? Or
actually, it
him
is
or her.
no. All these 20 charts are for him and her, and they will give us more information about that individual in every
Acha.
aspect of the field. So, for example, if you want to come and say you're working in radio, we can see how well you'll work. Should you be doing radio jockey? Should you be doing radio production? Should you be doing RC, MC work? That kind of stuff is what we do.
Okay.
So private consultation, we are very busy. We have so many of them that we do every day. We're booked out, but they help people. People need to understand, if you don't want to make a change in your life, then it will go on the way it is. But if you go to a good astrologer, they will expose you to what will happen to you, how life will unfold. And we'll tell you how beneficial it's going to be for you and make adjustments for you. If you're working in a software company, we could tell you, you don't need to. You're going to start your own business. Start thinking about it now. Correct? We've had couples come in telling us, we've been married for 3 years. And I'm like, that's fine. You don't have children for another 4 years. So it's okay. At least they can plan their life accordingly. You can start taking vacations now, because once you have a kid, it becomes difficult.
Right. So for those consultations, 408-639-5300, 408-639-5300. We've got about roughly about 16 more minutes. Would you like to take some more phone calls so I can hand out the studio number?
You can, but let me at least talk about the seventh house,
अच्छा, मैं नंबर भी हैंड आउट कर देती हूँ. 7326624701 इज अ नंबर जहां पर आप फोन करके साकेत जी से सवाल कर सकते हो. एक छोटा सा सवाल अबाउट व्हाटएवर यू वांट टू. नाउ सेवंथ हाउस के बारे में साकेत जी हमने बात की थी लास्ट 2 वीक्स में, एंड you definitely want to elaborate some more on that, right?
We were revising the houses. So seventh house is about marriage life, spouse, long-term relationships, passion, residence in foreign countries. That is seventh house. So people who like to travel, stay overseas, seventh house. Seventh house is also the house where we like to see planets that you don't have. For example, if you're a less confident person, you might appreciate people with more confidence. And that's why we see sun in the seventh for you. So whatever is placed in the seventh house is a planet which you don't appreciate in yourself and look for in your partner.
Right.
Okay. So iske chhod ke, we should move on to eighth house. If there is a call, great. Otherwise, we'll move on.
No. Well, we will definitely move to the next house. Now,
Eighth
phone caller. Let me just take that one air. Hello, you're on air.
Hello? Yeah, I can't hear.
Hello, you need to speak direct to
Yeah,
Saket.
I can hear you now. March 23rd, 1972. Okay, and your time of birth? Okay. And what is your place of birth? Your place of birth? Delhi? Okay. What is your question? Business plan and financial debt. See, business, you should have your own business because you have Sun and Mercury, which is sitting in the 10th house. Sun is planet of independence, leadership, and Mercury is the planet of business in general. The only issue is your Mercury is debilitated and it is retrograde. Navam's chart mein, it is sitting very strong. So my suggestion, business ke liye acha hai, do it, but don't do business. Are you doing business yet or you're thinking of starting one? Do not start yet. Do not start yet. You're running Ketu Dasha. Ketu Jupiter Dasha run kar rahe ho, and Ketu Jupiter is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 houses away. Don't start yet. It's going to be nasty for you. Start planning for your business in 2024 September. But my suggestion is started in October 2025. It is better for you. Anything before that can hurt. Now, what field you want to start? We can discuss that also. We can explain those factors to you. Your Jupiter is very well placed. It is exalted. Start a business, but get a good partner. Okay? Debts. You're still Mars Dasha start. Mars Dasha to khatam ho gayi aapki. So I think your debt should actually get better over time. A lot of it will be alleviated. Give a call if you want more information. We can talk offline. Okay? Yeah, Huma.
All right, thank you so much. And अगर आपको और भी सवाल करने हैं, you definitely can call 408-639-5300 पर. हम अभी फिलहाल Facebook पर भी live है, and I do see some people commenting there as well on the Radio Zindagi Tri-State page पर. अगर आप follow करते हैं तो वहाँ पर हम live होते हैं ये वाले show के साथ. So we do have about 11 minutes, तो हम 8th house के बारे में बात करें.
Yeah. So 8th house is an infamous house. It is considered to be a bad house in astrology, the worst house. Why? Because 12 ghar hote hain. 9th house is the house of luck. And 12 houses away is the 8th house, which symbolizes end of house of luck, which means basically death. So while the 4th house says how you might die, 8th house is your death in general. So 8th house is also related with dishonor, destruction. It shows the negative side of human personality. People who are very violent, who commit crimes, they have very strong 8th houses. Okay, planets that are placed here are hidden aspects of your life that you don't express very easily. For example, if you see people with Mars in the 8th house, they might be very aggressive and angry people, but they don't show it in public. They can get angry at home, but not in public. It's a mysterious house. 8th house is very strong for people like me, astrologers, who have the knowledge of, old science. They must have a strong 8th house. 8th house also shows how much money you will inherit in your life. People like Ambani, who has inherited money from his father, has a very strong 8th house. Okay.
I have another phone call. Sorry to cut you. Okay, shall I take it?
Let's finish this first. Then we can.
Okay. All right.
8th house is the lifespan you have. Okay. It shows what is actually keeping us alive. This is a very private house. The characteristics of the planets are not shown very well to people. So key factors of this house is other people's money, inheritance, joint partnership, wealth, alimony, financial loans, banks, tax authorities. If you see a career lord placed in the 8th house, These are people who deal with accounting. These are people with
Mhm.
insurance agencies, tax authorities. So this has also got to do with different parts of your bodies, desires, fantasies, long-term illness,
Mhm.
misfortunes, accidents. Eighth house. Eighth house is suffering house. We don't want planets sitting here. We don't like planets sitting here. So eighth house is important because at least we know कि आपकी life कितनी लंबी है. Remember, eighth house tells you how you will die. The second and
Hmm.
seventh are Markesh. उनकी दशा में it is possible to die. It's very confusing.
Wow, that sounds a little bit थोड़ा सा as an outsider it sounds a little bit intimidating, scary, थोड़ा
But
सा.
understand, na, every house is important. Now, if you have a
हाँ.
strong eighth house, it doesn't mean you're going to die. It means
Mhm.
you're going to inherit money, means you have certain hidden aspects, certain knowledge what other people don't have. So you have to understand how a house works, how planets work, how aspects
Right.
work. Okay?
Shall we take the phone call now?
Sure.
All right. Hi, you're on air.
Yeah, hi. This is Saket. How are you? What is your son's date of birth? September 24, 1988. Okay. And his time of birth? 3 p.m. Okay, so he is born September 24th, 1988 at 3 p.m. in Gujarat, right? Okay, and what is your question? अच्छा, तो regarding marriage, अभी तक शादी नहीं हुई. हमने एक शो किया था and हमने शो पे कहा था people get married when they have Rahu Dasha or for a boy Venus Dasha or planets which are aspecting or placed in the seventh house. आपके सन की जो कुंडली है, his seventh lord, which is moon, is actually in a very good friend sign with Rahu. So it is surprising कि शादी हुई नहीं because 2021 में there was a very good योग कि शादी हो जाए, लेकिन शादी हुई नहीं. अभी सैटर्न जुपिटर दशा चल रही है. सैटर्न इज नॉट एस्पेक्टिंग दैट हाउस. जुपिटर वो घर को एस्पेक्ट नहीं कर रहा. तो आई डोंट सी शादी का योग नहीं बन रहा एट दिस टाइम. अगर हम अंतरदशा में जाते हैं देन वी कैन से कि सैटर्न जुपिटर वीनस इनकी शादी का सबसे अर्ली टाइम होएगा 2025 February. Between 2025 February and 2025 July is a good time to get married. Then September 2025 to November 2025. Then January 2026 to February 2026. ये ओपन विंडोज है शादी की. बट जब तक ये 2025 की विंडो नहीं आती शादी नहीं लिखी इनकी. Okay, it's just Venus बैठा है which will give good happy married life. But नवम चार्ट में वीनस अपने कारक जो है 8 घर दूर बैठा है तो डिले तो करेगा ना. ओके, मेक वीनस स्ट्रॉन्गर. इनकी चार्ट में अगर वीनस स्ट्रॉन्ग करोगे शादी जल्दी होती है. ओके.
So I've got one more phone call
आप
waiting.
फोन कीजिए, हमें ऑफलाइन चाहिए तो वी कैन हेल्प यू, वी कैन डिस्कस. ओके.
Okay,
यस उमा.
I'm going to disconnect this phone call because we have one more phone call waiting. Yes, you're on air.
Yeah, hi, this is Saket. March 6, 1969 or 59? 59. Okay, so you're born March 6, 1959 and you're born in Guyana. And which place in Guyana? Georgetown? Okay. And time of birth? If you don't know the time, then it's going to be very hard for me to do anything. because I have less time here. When you don't know your time, you call us, we work with you, and we do something called rectification. We'll come up with an approximate time. You'll be surprised how accurate it will be. We'll have to ask you lots of questions. So yeah. Yeah, why don't you give us a call? We'll talk, because radio, I won't be able to help you if I don't know your time. If you don't have the time and you're asking me a question, then my answer will be based on Prashna astrology, and the answer is yes. Go ahead, do it. Okay? Yeah, Huma.
All right, thank you so much. So we've got about 3 more minutes, and
Yeah.
उससे पहले हम wrap up करें, मैं एक बार और hand out करना चाहती हूँ Saket's number for a private consultation or for a more personalized consultation, which is 408-639-5300, 408-639-5300, info@saketbhatia.com. With a PhD in astrology and a certified numerologist with over 12,000 clients, 25 years, more than 25 years of experience, Saket is here to help you, whether it's your health, your life, your business, your children. He is there to answer all of those questions. Ji Saket.
So we don't have time to go over more houses.
Just 2 more minutes.
But at least we can explain that every house is equally important except the first house. First house is the most important in your chart. The other houses are, derivatives of that. Next show, we will talk about houses 9 through 12, and we'll talk about unique concept in astrology called Bhavat Bhavam. And I'll talk about home significators, why these are important. Significator means how you're going to enjoy your life, what aspect of life and how fulfilling it's going to be for you. We have Karaks. अगर कारक अपने घर में बैठ जाता है, it causes problems. Many a times we need moon to be in the fourth house. It usually
So what does the karak mean?
Karak is significator. Which living organism you're going to impact in your life.
Okay.
If Jupiter sits in your fifth house, you will be intelligent for sure. It's past life moon, but you will cause some difficulty for your children. If moon sits in the fourth house, you will cause difficulty for your mother. I'm not saying it will be stress relation. I'm just saying difficulty for mother. Maybe you may stay away. Maybe you won't be an obedient child, but something like that happens. So next week, we'll talk about houses and karaks. In the meantime, I want to say life is yours. You control your life, but you don't control your destiny. Destiny is written. What astrology does is it tells you what's going to happen and how we can make the best of it. Right? So we are here to help you. You want, call us, schedule an appointment, and we're here every week. And thank you, Huma. This is wonderful.
Yeah, one last time, 408-639-5300, 408-639-5300, info@saketbhatia.com. And don't forget, every Tuesday, 3 o'clock to 4 o'clock, Saket is here on line with us on Avasas and also on Facebook. So जो भी आपके सवालात हैं, he can answer those questions every Tuesday, 3 o'clock to 4 o'clock. Thank you so much, Saket, for your time.
Thank you, Huma. It's always wonderful sitting with you.
Thank you.
To all the listeners, we'll talk to you next week. Bye-bye.
All right. Thank you.
And get free rates with a qualifying purchase.
So visit today. JNM Furniture on 175 Talmage Road, Edison.
The furniture that you could only dream of is now the furniture that you can afford to own.
It's fun. It's engaging. It's unwinding.
It's wrong.
You are listening to WVWD.